everybody, my name is MetalMusicMan.
I'm Professor Lex.
And this is episode 24 of the Metal and
yeah.
Lex podcast. Welcome. And we have a special treat for you this week.
Oh, yes.
Which is that we have absolutely nothing prepared whatsoever.
No fucking idea. We didn't do the PowerPoint presentation.
We did nothing.
You don't have your Notepad++ or whatever.
This is a completely free-form. I do use Notepad++, by the way.
Well,
I just realized I still have my headphones on. I was like, why can't I hear Lex as well?
He's so quiet.
But in person, I don't need these headphones to hear you. And in fact,
we're socially distancing.
They
don't
hamper.
Worry. Be safe. Be responsible. Stand 6 feet away from people and don't make eye contact.
Don't ever touch another human being again, or you'll die. Because COVID.
We'll all die.
Yeah.
You won't die. It's not just you that'll die, and it's not just the person you're hanging out with. It's your friends, your family.
It's your mom.
And it'll be your fault.
Man, isn't the world neat? What a great world we live in right now. I'm going to drink this whiskey. We're drinking some Fucano whiskey, if you guys don't know about what that is.
Shout outs to our sponsorship across the pond.
Yeah, if you guys know anyone who makes whiskey in Japan... and they happen to know the owner of the Fucano distillery, go ahead and tell them that we've got a great podcast that gets upwards of 20 listens a week.
At a time, yeah.
Yeah.
It
could
could be the same person listening 20 times, and that's dedication.
It is. It's just me every time. I'm just jacking off in my bed, listening to my own voice.
I know that it's not just you doing
fast forwarding past your voice so I can hear myself and continue jacking
it's not
off.
Much fast forwarding you have to do.
Actually, yeah, that's the trick. Is I just look at the waveform in Premiere and I cut out all the parts that aren't like clipping over the volume, and then I know those are me, and that's what I can masturbate to. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, Fucano whiskey is delicious. We talked for like a million years about politics before this started because Lex has cool relatives.
Yeah. What I do like my family. I saw some of them in a socially distant manner. We had pizza. It was a good time. And I don't know, politics came up, and this is the black side of my family. So they're all Democrats. That adds up. That scans. So like you'd think that we wouldn't have much to talk about.
Check your prejudice, Lex.
Check my prejudice. Well,
how dare you?
In my defense,
there are black Republicans. I've seen them in movies.
And they're not a monolith.
I've seen them in movies.
No, you haven't. What movie has a black Republican? Is this a fantasy movie you're watching?
Have you seen Shit. Fuck, what is it called? It's Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. And
the one where they're at
she's
the college.
She's like a congresswoman or the president or something. Fuck, I'm just gonna look this up. Fuck.
Okay, that's fine.
IMDb Seth Rogen. This is gonna drive me nuts. I'm so sorry. I have to know. Long Shot. It's the best rom-com I've seen in a long time. Came out last year. Rom-coms are usually dog shit.
See that now.
They're usually dog shit. They're usually really, really bad. It's pretty good. Anyway, long story short, Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., is a black Republican in that movie. And he's really funny and awesome.
He's doing a bit.
But, absolutely. Yeah. Which was the whole point of So anyway,
my family is real people.
You're very Republican black family.
Well, okay, so they're all Democrats, and I thought that we wouldn't have anything eventful to talk about. And I guess I might be a little further to the left than their tastes.
You might be off the map.
I might have mentioned the guillotine in an
unironic
sense.
The guillotine.
And people might have been like, I feel like you're being hyperbolic, and I might have been like, oh yeah, it's a joke. I don't really want to behead any CEOs. That would be excessive. I might have said that. This is parody, of course.
I'm just imagining like a map of Cyrodiil and Skyrim and all the Elder Scrolls locations that you don't know anything about. And there's always the place the cat people are from, the Khajiit. They are from Elsewhere. That is literally what it's called.
Okay.
Elsewhere.
Sure.
And it's always on the map, and no one's ever gone there, except in the MMO, but we don't count that because it's an abomination.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm imagining your family is thinking like, they're like, Alex, you're like a Khajiit from Elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what.
And then you were like, Alex has far left ideals if you have coin. That's a Skyrim.
Okay,
That's a Skyrim joke that
I
Alex
get
might not get. I don't know.
No,
Khajiit
I know
wares.
the memes.
You know
Yeah,
that? All right,
Khajiit has wares. If you
all
have
right.
coin.
I wasn't sure if you would know. Well, you are a cat person, so I guess
I was
going
to say a person of the internet, but yeah, cat person. Sure.
Yeah, you're and a person of the internet too. Sure. Yeah. Oh man, I love me some Khajiit. I almost always play a Khajiit.
I didn't know that was a cat person.
Yeah, Khajiit. They're so good, dude.
Yeah,
they're really good at stealing things, which is definitely not.
That's sad. This is classist. I'm revealing my power level today. I'm just a big old communist.
Can we do a whole podcast on the racist classism of
Yeah, we can. Is that what the topic is today?
I don't think we're prepped. I don't think we're prepped. Anyway, so you guillotined Elon Musk and your family was appalled.
Please. Well, they were like, "What? You're not happy for Joe Biden?" It's like, no, it's really hard to be happy about a guy with dementia. It's sad to see him look.
Do you actually think he has dementia?
Unironically, again, yes.
I can't decide if I agree with you or not.
Well, okay.
I think I do. I think he probably does. I can't say I'm positive.
Right?
Yeah, there's definitely.
No one's positive. He's got plausible deniability.
There's the one where he goes on.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
No,
all men and women.
I don't even know what that one is.
You know the thing.
No. Oh,
that's a literal quote from Biden.
Well, that's crazy.
So inspired. I'm so excited. November 3rd. Catch me just ejaculating into my ballot box.
Oh my God, I'm talking about the one that's I would definitely catch that. Give me the webcam show. I'm talking about the one where he goes on and on about how hairy his legs are and how
I got hairy legs. Dude. And at the pool and the kids they would rub the hair. They would climb in my lap and they would feel my hair and I got hairy legs. Yeah, no. I'm not sure that he's all there. In fact, I'm sure he's not all there.
I have had some bad rambles in my time. And most of them have been on this podcast or when I was drunkenly doing a bit with friends.
You can pull up.
But I have very rarely in real life gone on a ramble about my hairy legs.
Opened up with I got hairy legs.
With for like a board meeting. I'm just imagining myself going in there and being like, let me talk to you guys about my testicles. Like I just can't I
you
can't
guys ever
imagine
have that thing where you're worried about testicular torsion.
Is that where your ball sack rips open?
No, worse. Okay.
Oh, is that where your testicles cut in half?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Those both sound really bad. Is it worse than that?
I'll scare you. It's worse.
Oh no.
Okay. So, your balls essentially strangle themselves, usually just one, by getting twisted. And all the tubing down there.
Oh yeah. I know somebody who had an operation for that.
Yeah, to remove it because once it twists and contorts in on itself,
it's like having headphones in your pocket, except it's balls in your nutsack.
And like you can go to Target and buy headphones for like $10. You can't buy new testicles, man.
I thought you were going to say you go to Target and buy a testicular torsion operation.
No,
I was like, shit. I know I haven't been to a brick and mortar store in a while, but. They've really expanded their selection of items.
Yeah.
So anyway, so your family pooped on your dick and everything was horrible.
It was not my favorite because I felt like I was the only sane person. You guys heard me complaining about open worlds and like that was hyperbole. But like this is just like they were like.
But okay, how would you say how far? Give us a map. Give us a percentile map of your hypothetical, or I guess actual, like point on the political spectrum. Where we'll say to the left versus your families. Like how far off are you?
A ways, I found out.
How far is your family from the norm?
I feel like I don't know. My judgment is colored. I feel like if you're excited about Biden or pretending to be excited about Biden, you're center right at this point. If you go to the ballot box... I don't
understand anyone who is excited about Biden.
My family claimed to be excited. They were like, yeah, I felt hopeful for the first time in years. I was like, wow, I'm envious.
Okay, I don't remember how, like, we talked about a lot of things earlier, but you didn't give me quite that exact line, and that is
the best parts.
That is very depressing, actually. I must admit. Like, as much we talked about other things and got stuck on points where we like were or weren't agreeing more or less, and philosophized about various different things and systems and and all of that, and history and time and the end of the universe, and we wanted some different things. But you did not bring up to me that they were
hopeful,
specifically excited about Biden. They were excited about Kamala, you said, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But being excited about Biden is like a whole other thing. That's like if you really like milk, and then you're like, yeah, milk, and then somebody's like, skim
2%.
Skim. No,
any more than that is unacceptable and too far left. Whole milk is unelectable.
Oh, whole milk's where it's at. 2% is really good too. But if you drink skim milk, get out of my house.
Jen, my girlfriend, she drinks skim milk.
Oh my
She's
God!
Not here.
Tell her to get out of my house.
I will. As soon as I get back home, I'm gonna tell her.
What a bitch! Two fucking skim milk.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, okay. So the joke is I'm lactose intolerant, and so like I'll just get lactose-free 2% milk. And it's so good. I don't know how I ever had lactose.
I have lactose-free milk that I've been getting, the Fairlife.
I can't vouch for the name of the brand.
That's what I've been getting. It's apparently lactose-free. I had no idea until I noticed randomly that it was, and I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, right? See, now
it's really good.
My buddy Jeff, he claims. Actually, I don't know that he claims that he can taste the difference, but he's worried about there being no lactose in his milk. And that's the kind of mindset.
Why?
Not that Jeff is, but
he's
that
worried?
mindset. Yeah.
Like what? Like about what?
Like he won't taste the lactose. Like you've had beer with lactose in it, right? You've had like a
sure.
Milk
yeah.
Yeah, that's milk with lactose in it. You can taste it sweeter. That's what that is.
But he's worried?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. I don't trust that lactose-free milk.
Like to the point that he hasn't even tried it?
I'm sure he might have.
Jeff, put the milk in your butt. Put the milk in your butt, Jeff.
No milk.
Butt chug that milk, you little baby ass bitch, Jeff. All right, butt chug that milk. No, it's not. I thought I was expecting it to and it is. I think the Fairlife milk that I've been drinking, I've been getting it during quarantine because it lasts a really long time when it's unopened. Yeah,
it's immortal.
Yeah, because there's no lactose in it. It lasts forever.
Yeah.
So, once you open it, it's about the same as normal milk, but it lasts if you stock up, it lasts on the shelf unopened for a very long time. So I've been getting that, and it does taste different than a normal 2% milk.
I would have no idea.
It doesn't taste different in a way that makes me think something's wrong with it. Yeah. It tastes like I got a different brand of milk. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't not identify as 2% or whole milk.
Sure.
It's like a different brand that is a slightly different process. Anyway, this is a podcast about lactose-free milk.
It's a podcast where I don't talk about politics.
Yeah, we wore them out. Anyway, so yeah, Lex's family shit the bed, and Lex decided.
My uncle straight up told me that he thinks that universal health care is on the table, and I said,
that he thinks Biden's gonna.
Yeah, I was like,
oh no,
that's not no. And he's like,
that is some wistful thinking,
right? He said they're not going to call it universal healthcare, and I was like, right, it's also not going to exist in this universe. Are you high?
Yeah.
That's like, come on,
Uncle Dan,
come on,
Uncle Dave,
Uncle Dan,
Uncle Don,
Uncle Dan,
Uncle Dan.
He's really cool.
Hey, Uncle Dan.
He's wrong about this. Biden straight up said if Congress somehow managed to pass a universal healthcare bill, he would veto it because it's disrespectful to Obama's legacy to do something better than Obamacare. And
oh man, that's horseshit, obviously.
Isn't it?
But also, I'll be damned if that isn't an excellent cop-out. If that isn't like we can't abolish slavery. That's disrespectful to Frederick Douglass's legacy.
You're going to walk around with your freedom, modern day black people, when all those people used to be enslaved. What were you thinking? It's disrespectful.
How dare you disrespect?
That was straight up one of Biden's talking points.
That is some fantastic political bullshittery. That is fantastic.
I'm not going to think about them. I'm not going to okay, whether or not I'm done with college at this point, if they introduce free college, they won't because we've got Biden or Trump. But if they did, then I would not be mad. I have spent many a dollar on education. And if someone just got it for free, I would be happy for them because I'm not a miserable bastard.
Oh, man. But would you really derail the train? Think about all the people. But Lex, let's say there's a train, Lex.
Okay, give me a metaphor. I love
metaphor. And the train has run over 100 people. Okay, they're already dead.
Would it be fair?
And Lex, it's about to run over another 100 people. Would it be fair
to those first 100 people to divert the trolley?
No, you need to kill those other 100 people.
Otherwise, the sacrifice.
Otherwise, God forbid, their sacrifice was in vain.
So I don't know if you watched the Democratic National Convention, but there was a point where Biden is like Zoom calling like cancer victims. And they're like, yeah, it sucks. I'm like fucking terminal or whatever. Not only am I going to die, I'm going to die broke and my family's going to be broke for having supported me. And he's like, yeah, man, Obamacare was the best we could give you. And that's just like, that's not just depressing. That's infuriating. And then
I can't imagine who thought it would be a good idea for him to even do that. To talk to dying cancer patients?
Well, because
and be like, hey, we really tried our best 8 years ago when I was...
And it didn't...
When I was irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's ridiculous.
It's tone deaf. I just
that's pretty ridiculous.
Scream.
I don't know, man. I'll be voting for Biden and feeling depressed.
You're not going to be happy about it, though, right? That's all I ask. I don't. At this point, I do not care who anyone votes for. We're going to die in 50 years. If you go into that ballot box and you vote Joe Biden, if you vote for Donald Trump, if you vote for Harambe.
Geschnarfel Mark McNarfeldarp. Harambe. Dicks out. Dude, I'm just going to write dicks out on my fucking ballot.
Whoever you vote for, I don't care as long as you're not happy about it. Because if you're voting for Joe Biden because you feel like it's the only option you've
honestly a really reasonable stance. Like, I mean, that was kind of my point a minute ago. It's like I feel like I really do agree with your assessment of like the fact that someone would be excited about Joe Biden.
Yeah, that makes me mad. It hurts my feelings.
It's baffling to me. Yeah, like baffling. Truly. Who cares? I mean, I'm going to vote for him because he's not Donald Trump and he's for the party that isn't Donald Trump's party.
And if like you're on some black pill accelerationist bullshit and you're going to vote for Trump because you think that inflicting Trump again is the closest.
All right, I'm going to need you to slow down with your metaphors. So the black pill.
Okay, would you take the blue pill or the red pill?
In the Matrix? Which is which? I forget.
It doesn't matter. Would you take one or the other? What if you took neither and you were just like really sad about it? What if you were like, fuck this, I hate the world, the robots have got me in a tube, I'm just going to die? That's black.
You refuse to take either pill?
Yeah.
You
will just die unhappy.
Okay.
That's black pilled.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're like, the world is going to end, the best shot we have is to
Is the black pill the
again.
Infinite nihilist pill?
Yes, that's the one.
I mean, I'm a nihilist and that sounds retarded.
It is. I am describing a poor game strategy.
I'm definitely a nihilist, and that sounds really stupid. Wait, okay, yeah, walk me through that. So why is Trump the best shot for these people?
For these people who are experiencing a logical leap, Donald Trump is horrible and the worst, and obviously he shouldn't be there. But, air quotes, we should elect Donald Trump because if we elected Joe Biden, all we would get at best is a return to normalcy. And normalcy will be just a little bit to the right of normalcy. If we elect Donald Trump, then it's like a knee-jerk screaming reaction.
Everything gets worse and somehow that makes it better?
Exactly, because he sets the world on fire. The only person that you can elect is someone who's going to drown us or whatever, right? We need something so far left. It's a bad strategy. But again, I'm not here to judge.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not here to judge.
That doesn't make any sense.
As long as you're not happy about it. You can vote however you'd like.
No, I think the difference between this election and the last election is I did not judge anyone for voting for Trump, legitimately. And I know that's like kind of passé or whatever to say now, like now in the current times. But at the time, honestly, like Hillary was so terrible. Hillary fucked Bernie. Bernie had awesome things. Everything was really great with Bernie.
He could have made it to 2 terms.
Hillary completely fucked everything. Hillary is more responsible for all of this, in my opinion, than Donald Trump is.
Because among other things, she used him as a Pied Piper candidate in order to stop serious contenders like Ted Cruz or Jeb Bush.
Yeah.
So seriously, she did do it. This is her fault. It's
literally the entire state of the world and everything that is Trump is actually because of Hillary Clinton. Yeah. I honestly feel that way. Fuck Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck her in the ass. But yeah, I didn't judge anyone because that was the choice, but I do judge everyone for any continued support of Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't sincerely support Donald Trump.
That's the difference between this election and the last election. Last election, I honestly think, I truly do think it was, I didn't do it. I almost did. I was like, fuck it, maybe
See, that's the accelerationist in you.
Fuck it.
You didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I was like, part of me was just like, maybe
burn
fuck
it down. Yeah.
There is definitely a part of me that feels that way at all times. It usually loses out to the more
common sense.
I was going to say less risk-averse side of me, but sure.
Common sense.
Sometimes you need to burn it down, man. What if the United States is the Walmart to Trump's... Oh, yeah.
See? Now you get it. You can't act like
now
you're judging...
Now I'm black-pilled. Now I'm black-pilled.
You took the nihilistic black pill.
I took it. I am definitely a nihilist, but that does not sound like something I'd be down for overall. Right. But I guess I get the general appeal, but I don't get actually mapping it out to that degree because it just doesn't normally play out that way.
I see the idea, and I think it's...
but anyway, this election is different because Trump has been president now for 4 years. And so anyone who would look at him and be like, you know what? I think 4 more years of that is good. Literally anyone. I don't care. I can't. I'm not saying we can't be friends. We probably can't. I'm not saying we can't. But like, if you're getting a second term of Trump, it just, I can't fathom how any rational person could look at these 4 years and think that literally anything other than him
Let's keep it going.
Was not a better choice.
Yeah.
Literally anything. There could be a duck in an army hat taking a dump.
But why should we settle for a duck in an army hat taking a dump?
Well...
Because we're getting, the next best thing after a duck in an army hat taking a dump. Joe Biden. He's got some merits over the duck. He doesn't have the army hat. No,
and he's not taking a dump. Well, but he does have hairy legs.
He does have hairy legs.
He's got hairy legs. The kids grab him. The kids, they crawl. How is he not... Dude, have you seen the videos of Joe Biden, like, weirdly... hug molesting tiny women, children? Yes. It's so weird. I don't even know. Okay, let's give it the benefit of the doubt and let's say that he is not a strange child rapist. Let's give him that.
I honestly don't think that he is a child rapist.
I think he probably isn't either. I'm giving him that benefit of the doubt.
We're really setting the bar high.
Man. I mean, that's how you know he's good, okay? Because he's not a child rapist, most likely, probably.
We can't say with 100% certainty, but like 95.
Giving him that, it's still so weird. People just liking kids that much. Even if they aren't like an actual child rapist, there is like the weird rapey vibe that some people give off about kids, like the way they're just like, I just love kids. I just want to hug kids. They're the greatest thing. There's nothing more beautiful in this world than a child.
You don't understand children as the thing.
I guess not. I just don't get it. Like my kids come up and hug me.
I hate it.
And I usually don't like it. And sometimes at best, we talked about this on the last podcast. Actually, this is a good mini segue into this. So the last podcast when we talked about Fortnite, if you guys go back and watch on YouTube, where I was talking about playing Fortnite with my nephew and how much my nephew loves me and he wanted to get Fortnite. He wanted me to play Fortnite with him for Christmas as like on a stream. He is 8. I think he's 8 or 9. I don't know. He'll probably, Eli, if you're listening to this right now, turn it off. It's inappropriate and go to bed.
We are saying
he listened to my podcast. He listened to my podcast because he creeps me on YouTube because he loves me. Because he loves me and he's cool. And then he commented on it and he was like, I'm quitting Fortnite. I hope you're happy.
You blackpilled your nephew.
And I text my sister, who is his mom, and I was like, why the fuck is your nephew listening to my podcast? And she was like, you're his cool uncle. You're the coolest. You're cool Uncle Willie.
And now he knows about your masturbatory.
And I was like, fortune. And I was like, this is very inappropriate, right? She's like, I know. He's not supposed to listen to it without me listening to it, but he just does it anyway. And I was like, Eli, you badass. Badass piece of shit.
Has your sister heard the Vorbear spiel?
I don't think so, but I know she has listened to this podcast for that reason. So,
Shout outs to Will's sister.
This is what happens. This is my sister's life. My sister's a very different person than I am. Okay, she's very different. There aren't a lot of people who I like get along with mostly that are as different to me as my sister is in a lot of ways. So her whole life is just like it's just babies. It's just babies. Mm-hmm. Now she's a single mom. She's a widow. So, some of that, is like, it's been exacerbated. She's got a hard life when she does well with it. But even before that, it was just all she wanted was babies. So like her life now as a single mom is like
taking care of
fucking babies and kids in the car. We're driving from karate to soccer game to music practice. And so
and she's having a blast, right?
Yeah. Oh, she loves, I mean, I remember when I was younger, it was like all she ever wanted to do when I was a kid was like she would like make dinner for us. Like my sister probably made dinner for us more than like my mom did. She always babysitted us. And some of it was like, I would have like my anger issues as a kid because I hadn't discovered metal yet and didn't understand.
You were just a music man.
I didn't understand. I wasn't even a music man. I just had a lot of anger that I didn't know what to do with it. I was just a boy. My sister was a girl.
From a poor family.
We're doing two different songs. This is not sync.
This is Skater Girl, and I'm doing Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, I caught up.
Yes, we're not remotely in sync. So anyway, my sister would make dinner for us, and like she would like whenever I'd have like weird fits of anger, she would like sit on me, which would always crack me up. Like, well, it didn't crack me up then. It made me extremely angry. But looking back on it, it's very funny.
Hilarious.
So her like tactic when I would get so mad and I would just be like completely like my temper was just like absurd.
Yeah.
And to be fair, she definitely like goaded me and egged me on. But then she would just sit on me and be like, "Ha." And I would just get more and more mad. But I wouldn't give in. Right? I was so stubborn and defiant. I knew like I couldn't do anything, but like I also wouldn't give up, right? And I would just continue. So she would sit on me sometimes for like an hour, and I would just be like, just like losing my mind. And then like my dad would come home and he'd just be like, "Marcy, stop fucking sitting on your brother." And then she'd be like, "Meh," and then she'd walk away. And then I would like go play video games and sulk for an hour. Anyway, so I do like my sister, despite how that story makes it sound like. But my point being, yeah, she's quite a bit different than I am. And it's interesting, like, seeing the way she, like, raises kids is, like, kind of interesting. Because on the one hand, there's definitely stuff I would never raise kids. But there's stuff that she does that is, like, quite a bit different than I would handle it. But she's also weirdly good at, like, kind of shit like this. Where it's like, the kid can listen to my podcast. He doesn't fucking care. She's not going to, like, ignore him. But she's also not, like, weirdly overbearing in that way. Which is good, I feel like. Like, I mean, he shouldn't be listening to my podcast, like, objectively. But, like, also, I don't know, like, it's words and things. So, it's, and they're also used to it, let's be honest.
One day he's going to find out about 4chan and the Black
Pill. Oh, he will. He'll find out. I do Christmas and Thanksgiving with my family and things. I do, like, well, we used to do more than that because, COVID didn't exist.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I am pretty much incapable of not cursing like a sailor at all times. Other than at work, I exert all of my capability of being appropriate at work, and then I'm just shitting.
Unchained.
I'm just shitting fucks everywhere at all times. Anyway, so yeah, he listened to the podcast and said that, and it was pretty funny. So if he's listening to this one, it'll be hilarious. He probably will get bored because we talked about politics for like 20 minutes.
Well, God willing, he's bored with politics. I don't want anyone to be excited about politics again.
Vote for Donald Trump in 2050 when he's still the president, Eli. Okay, that's a good question. Let's lean this back in since fuck it. No one wants to listen about politics, but we've already been on it. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, we're already here. What do you think the odds are?
He crowns himself God Emperor.
Yeah, there's a character in World of Warcraft called God King Skovald, and he's like this big dumb idiot who shows up at all the worst, stupidest possible times. And he's like a worthless piece of shit, and you beat his ass, and he's like, "I'm God King Skovald, the gods have chosen me to brew." And you just like, as like the hero, you like shit on his dick, and he dies immediately. And you're just like, "Ah, fuck you." And he's like, "No!" And then he just runs off. And then later he comes back, and he's like, "Ah, fuck you, I'm gonna come back and do shit." And he's got like fell powers because he made a pact with the demon. And he's just like, anyway, long story short, my buddy Seth calls him Trump God King Trump, and it fucking kills me every time.
Out of curiosity, what's the over and under on Trump making a contract with a fell contract so that he gains spell powers and is able to?
I think he's already done it. It's just
that would explain a lot.
Yeah, they might be Russian powers instead, but Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I think there's a non-zero chance he's going to actually legitimately try to like not give up the presidency if he loses an election or passes 8 years. I don't know. Maybe
a reporter like 4 days ago came up to the press secretary and was like, "Hey, excuse me, ma'am. What Trump has previously said that if he loses the election, he doesn't think that that's possible. Will he give up the throne if he doesn't win?" And she said, the press secretary said, "Well, the president has been very clear many times. If he loses the election, which he thinks he's going to win, then he thinks that maybe something is happening, and he's been very clear." And like, not only is that not an answer, it answers all of the wrong parts.
Yeah, like, hey, all the worst parts of the question.
Yeah, is he gonna like not be crazy? And she's like, nothing's off the table. It's like you know all the QAnon bullshit.
QAnon?
Oh my lord, Will, you sweet summer child.
Oh no,
do you not know QAnon?
I feel like I've heard that word in my life, but
so
it's not.
QAnon is a poster on 4chan. Who was originally tracked down to be some 14-year-old or something like that, sincerely, who posted saying, "Hi, I have level unicorn clearance at the CIA, and I just want everyone to know that Donald Trump is waging a secret war against all of the pedophiles in the world." And so...
okay.
This is a real thing. Don't look up QAnon later. Let me tell you this story because it's all the best parts, and you don't have to torture yourself with knowing that this is. I feel like
I'm about to be tortured. I'm
terrified.
It's
going to get worse. Okay, so Donald Trump is fighting a secret war against all of the pedophiles, specifically the Democrats like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, and a lot of actors and actresses in Hollywood, if you didn't know, are pedophiles that Donald Trump is fighting himself, or fighting with like the military assets, and then occasionally
with the military assets.
Well, yeah, like, you know, he's sending in spies and shit to fight Alec Baldwin for being a child molester. Okay,
so they're not actually shooting guns per se.
Oh no, they do. They take him out. If they can't bring him to justice, they'll shoot him down. And then if they shoot him down, you'll notice that we still see Alec Baldwin. That's because he's been replaced by a hologram. And you know that this is true. All of these things that I've said are definitely real facts because I, an anonymous poster on 4chan, have unicorn level clearance, which is so high, people will tell you that it's made up.
And people believe this?
In droves, Will. A lot of people believe QAnon bullshit. It's gotten banned on Reddit, on Facebook. Facebook, like last week, got rid of some 1,000 QAnon groups of people who like look and they're like, QAnon, the poster is talking about there's a storm on the way. There's a storm coming, and the storm is the pedophiles that Donald Trump is fighting. If this sounds like I'm suffering a schizophrenic break, it's because whoever wrote this is either suffering a schizophrenic break or channeling that same manic energy.
Is it a pedophile NATO?
Yeah. See, now you're getting it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I've never heard any of this. This is news to me.
QAnon.
I don't want to. You can't make me.
Pull up Control-Shift-N, get an incognito tab going. Look up QAnon. And here's the scary shit. That's obviously stupid. Everything I just said is obviously dumb, right?
Yes.
Not only do people believe it, a woman in Florida.
Of course.
In Florida.
Where else?
Ran for, I think, a congressional seat. Saying, I am a Q supporter, a QAnon supporter. I believe in QAnon, and together we will win the primary, and I'll go and probably win the general.
And defeat holographic Alec Baldwin.
Yep. Well, no, he's already been defeated and replaced. I assume holographic Alec Baldwin is on the up and up.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Now.
But the original Alec Baldwin?
He was a pedophile.
Pedophile. Killed by Trump.
All I'm getting out of this is that I really want to rewatch Glenn Ross.
I don't know Glenn Ross.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Okay. No. Before you leave today, you were not watching the movie. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. The movie is okay. It's a decent movie. It's about salespeople.
No. Okay. Yeah. No, I have seen this. I don't know.
You've seen his monologue?
You're safe.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank God.
closing. Coffee is for closers.
Yes, Alec Baldwin's monologue from Glengarry Glen Ross is one of the best things of all time, and that's worth however many children he had to rape.
To get that manic energy.
To make that monologue, yeah, that's worth it.
So, among other things, my uncle at the pizza cookout said that he thought, like, you know, the insanity of the right is unsustainable, and I was like, they fucking just elected a QAnon supporter, a public QAnon supporter.
It feels pretty sustainable.
That's the definition of sustainability. She's won she's won a race more recently than Bernie. The world is going to hell.
Do you think the difference in the way so like everything's super divided because the two-party system is horseshit and shouldn't exist or be allowed to exist and yada yada yada, obviously. So inevitably every two-party system, there's a cool video by CGP Grey called First Past the Post that will tell you all about this. Look it up on YouTube, CGP Grey, First Past the Post. Anyway, it's cool if you don't know about it. But inevitably, it all goes to shit. Do you think that the way that the left characterizes the right is as responsible for the right's success as anything the right would do? Because I wonder about that sometimes. Like, I look at, like, the way... Because, on the one hand, there are a lot of, like, I guess, stereotypical fucking inbred hillbilly, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that stereotype. And then on the other hand, I feel like there are actually a lot of really smart people that maybe don't give a fuck about abortion or don't actually give a fuck about gun control, but actually understand how to play to win. It's like the right is doing, at least the last several years, they're doing like one frame links, they're practicing their set play. And the left is just like, I'm gonna main Dan and I'm sure it'll all work out. And is it any wonder, like, you know what I mean? Like while they claim, they're like, oh, you're just a fucking...
Are you talking about the general left or the real left, like the far left?
I'm dividing literally everything into two parties right now. So I'm literally talking about everyone who is left and everyone who is right.
There's a wonderful video on YouTube under the alt-right playbook from Extra Punctuation. There's a whole series. The important thing is there's an episode on... Do you remember Michelle Obama's spiel on they go low, we go high?
Yep.
Okay. He said... He didn't say this. If you infer, that's probably the stupidest, most horseshit, horrible thing that anyone has ever done to themselves is saying that line, because now we've made it public. So we go high, they go low, right? Now it's just understood when the right doesn't in a perfect system, the left and the right work together. They come from two different disparate positions. And whatever is the best idea is what comes to fruition. That's in a perfect world.
Ideally, hypothetically, impossibly.
But since we've got motherfucking Mitch McConnell, who is a Sea Viper player, who hits all of his one-frame links and does Fierce Feint Fierce just in his sleep, he understands how to play to win. And that's why the Republicans don't lose. That's why there's two more Supreme Court seats.
Mitch McConnell is a Sea Viper player.
He is a Sea Viper player. You heard it here
that
first.
Fucking asshole.
He's so good at his job. And I hate him because he's evil. And I know you don't believe in evil per se.
I don't believe in evil.
What?
Poll to the viewers. Do you believe in the concept of evil? Let us know.
I would say Mitch McConnell at least comes close enough because he's actively making the world a worse place for a profit. And
he's definitively a piece of shit,
and he's good at it,
and horrible.
That's my biggest fear about elections in general in the future. Trump, I think, has proven that it's possible for literally anyone to hijack an entire party or movement, and thus the political means of doing anything. But he's dumb. And he's crazy.
Okay, this is some people think he's like actually a genius.
He's not.
I don't think he's a genius. I think he's a fucking idiot and he just goes off the cuff. It just happens to be that he's in like the exact right place at the right time, and no one knows how to deal with his particular brand of stupidity. But like, there are a lot of people. I don't know if I can get there, but there are people like, oh no, he says this, he does this, he knows, he's drumming up like intentionally, he's like drumming up these, white, hateful, whatever people, and it's like, I just don't think he's that smart. He is doing that.
He is doing that very successfully.
Yeah, but I don't think he like.
I don't think that it takes cunning. I think that we give that thought of that movement too much credit. It's really easy.
So this is interesting, though. This is interesting because I am now making the exact same point that I was criticizing 5 seconds ago about how we paint the right as these fucking idiots. Yet, okay. No, that doesn't mean I'm wrong now or that I'm right now. It doesn't necessarily mean either way, but it is an interesting thing to look at because I do think that is one of the things that makes the typical super right-wing like strategy, I think, difficult to deal with because it has this, even if it is, whether it's accidental or intentional, it almost doesn't matter. It has this slithering, waving way of like funneling back and forth between being something insane that'll never work and something that is actually like quite good politically. And every now and then they actually like get a fucking 3-point shot from the half court.
The right DPs on Wake Up every time.
Yeah, man.
Is that genius? Is it stupid? Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, that was so succinct and a fighting game reference. Yeah. You've never been more attractive.
Oh my God. I think that the left, not the far left, but if we divide the world into two parties, I think that the left would.
I mean, you have to because the world is divided into two parties.
I think it's.
You can get more granular.
Nuanced, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, it is. But I feel like if we're talking about left, right at this point, you have to. Yeah. At this altitude of the conversation, you have to.
Looking down from this great height.
Yeah.
I think that the left would greatly benefit from, going low. If you go high every time, they learn to block it. But if we take that back into
they don't learn to block it though. The right plays Grand Blue and they spot dodge in place.
I think like the right, Mitch McConnell is a bad faith actor. He does things knowing how the game works and behaving in a way that
he literally has. I feel like he has no interest in anything other than winning.
Sea Viper player.
God.
Yeah, hard and true.
God.
But like, I think that Democrats would benefit from that. So like,
I agree.
My mom, love her, said that she thinks that Obama's great failing is that everything he accomplished through executive order.
Okay.
And like.
Which means it can be overturned by the next dude? Or,
just,
right. Okay. Just making sure I'm smart enough to follow your train of thinking.
You're there, yeah. So the trick is like...
Because Trump did, in fact, do that with a lot of it.
By
executive
order.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like, on one hand, yes, that is like cheap that Obama did all of these things through executive order. And on the other hand, Mom might have been right. That might have been like his greatest and dumbest play at the same time.
Do you think he could have done it without that? It's like...
Maybe not without, but he could have taken extra precautions after the fact. My biggest gripe with Obama, and I've got several, is that...
But Lex, shouldn't you just implicitly love Obama because he's sort of black and you're sort of black?
Which is to say we're both black.
How can you betray...
my race. Yeah, I'm race traitor. No, so my biggest complaint about Obama was he had a super majority in Congress and didn't do shit all. The Republicans have a majority in the Senate, and they had a majority in the House, and obviously we've had a Republican president for years and years, and they've done so much horrible shit. Where were we? Why didn't we do good things when we had the same advantage?
Because we were a lot more concerned and always have been, we meaning the left,
doing the right thing.
About not, and that actually is the most terrifying thing about a post-Trump presidency world, is the fact that it seems like a lot of people in power, I mean, I'm sure they already knew. They already knew certain things didn't matter, but there was like a sort of handshake and a veil of nuance to it, where it was like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about you, and we're just gonna let you die, but we'll like give you a nice dog and pony show and some minor concedences, and it'll all be copacetic. And now everyone's just like, holy shit, he can just like literally take a dump on national television and it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
we should use that. We should channel that same big dick energy. We should be able to take a dump on television just like Trump.
Competitively, I agree with you.
Yeah, we it's the right
as a human, that terrifies me.
Yeah, it should.
It terrifies me. Yeah, but we should. You're right. It has. I feel like we're like at the height, at least in my lifetime, of like politics as a bluffing game, I guess, where like it's no longer even really a bluff. It's just sort of like law, I bet you won't, which I guess is technically a bluff, but then it's like astounding how many
times they call the bluff. Yeah.
Or I guess they don't call the bluff, rather, right?
That we don't. Yeah, that we shake our hands and wring our hands.
Yeah, I guess you can do that. We're actually
you can't be doing that, Trump. That's illegal.
Okay, it's pretty wild, dude. I mean, you're literally like they DP on Wake Up every single time,
and then we're like, you can't do that. We block it, and we're like, you can't DP on Wake Up.
And then we don't realize that Trump is Street Fighter 2 Ken, and when you block his DP on Wake Up, you can't punish him.
Well, okay, and like the Democratic Party needs to start DPing on Wake Up every time.
What does that mean? Okay. Let's dive out of the metaphor slightly.
No,
what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay.
Right now, the Democratic Party is holding the mix-up. Every time we get knocked down, we take the Okizeme, and that's like a 5-way mix-up. We're going to get hit more times than we don't.
Yeah,
we're going to be wrong.
We're respecting on Wake Up.
We need to DP. If we don't DP, we're going to get fucked.
We're playing with too much respect.
Yeah,
100%. I agree with that. But what does that look like to you? I'm curious.
To me. Doing things through executive order, making use of a certain.
Can we do things through executive order now? We can't.
I mean, if we had a president.
Okay, but we don't. So what does it look like to you right now?
Right now, what do we do?
Yeah. And not what do we do? What do we do if we're DPing on Wake Up?
What does it mean to DP on Wake Up?
Right now.
You need to press charges on Trump and his cabinet for literally anything that they can. And like in a way, preferably state crimes. I know that the state of New York is working on tax stuff, which is unsexy but totally legit.
Got Al Capone.
Yeah, hit them with literally everything. You do as many mix-ups as we can. Like get them for any tiny legal anything.
Scramble to scramble.
Yeah, until something sticks, and keep doing that. And because I think that Trump's great superpower, whether or not he's aware of it, and I'm inclined to say that he is, as stupid as I think he is, I think his great superpower is surrounding himself with people who know better than him. And he does a really good job of shoving those people out of his life when they are mouthy about it. But I don't think that he would have near the same amount of success as he has making the world a worse place if there weren't people around him who knew how to do it.
That's probably true.
And if you remove those people, then you've just got a really angry jerk with a nuke button.
Do you think it's easier to attack his cabinet, so to speak?
That's how RICO lawsuits, when they're going after the mob or whatever, they don't go after you. They'll go after
because the kingpin delegates anyway, right?
Yeah.
So you can't stick to him, but if you kill all of his fucking knights and rooks and bishops, they'll go after
family members. They go after like wives. They go after children. That's how they take down big enterprising mafia businesses. And that's what you need to do to Trump. You need to go around and tackle anyone for any little thing. And I tell you what, if he wins in November, which is totally on the table, that's what you need to be doing. That's the only way I would bet
like pretty much anything at this point that he's going to win.
It's like the
which
odds,
is depressing.
The last I checked are like 54-46 in Biden's favor.
Man, I just don't believe that.
I mean that's what it was, but at the same time, Hillary was favored to win. So what do we know about anything?
Yeah, there's no way he's not winning. I will be so happy if he doesn't. Not for Biden.
Regardless of whether or not Trump wins, that's what the left needs to do in order to get out of the vortex. That's it.
Sometimes you got to DP to get out of the vortex, man.
Dude, DP on Wake Up.
Where else
DP.
can you get these hot Street
That's
Fighter
what you guys came
politic references?
You wouldn't have found out about Mitch McConnell being a Viper main.
He so is a Viper main.
He is. And
all right, hang on.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end here, so I want to wedge this in. Who is Mitch McConnell playing in Smash Ultimate?
I don't know enough about Smash Ultimate.
You know.
I don't know.
I think Palutena.
Who's?
I feel like he's a Joker. Yeah,
or
he's a Joker.
Pichu.
I feel like Joker or Pichu are the Vipers of Smash
Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Someone who takes your controller away.
Or Crom.
No, not Crom.
Crom is more brain dead than
he's brain dead.
That's not giving enough credit to Mitch McConnell. Hate him.
A genius.
Hate him as you might.
Yeah.
That's not I agree. That's not enough credit. Yeah, because Crom is, as we said, a Street Fighter V character.
Yes.
And C Viper ain't no fucking Street Fighter V character.
No, she's a Marvel character.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's a Guilty Gear character or something. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. I keep like looking at the calendar. I'm like, oh shit, it's almost November, isn't it? Like 2 months, and then it's election time, and
then after that, it's 4 more years of suffering, regardless of who wins.
I won't give Biden full on suffering, especially comparatively, but I mean, I'm not gonna be happy about it either. I feel like it is a victory. As loath as I know you are to say that, it is a victory. It's a shitty. It's like okay.
It's
Biden winning is like when you have a spaghetti situation and you trade and you definitely should die, but like the other person falls off the screen. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, exactly. It's like some bullshit scenario. So like it is a win. It's not a win that you feel proud about.
Not for the far left. Biden.
No.
The far left lost when the primary was basically
the far left lost 4 years ago when Hillary fucked Bernie.
No, Bernie. Well, that too. They've lost now. They're 0-2, but it was a close 0-2.
Yeah, they're eliminated from bracket.
Yeah,
they don't get to play anymore. You're not in the bracket, Lex.
No, I'm not.
Fucking take your salty bets on the side and enjoy your tequila in the crowd.
No, that's perfect. Never mind.
It is. It's literally for you.
The far left has gone 0-2. I pack your shit up, get your stick, go get some drinks.
They didn't even make it out of pools. The fucking scrubs.
We went 0-2.
All that talk.
It was a close 0-2.
Yeah. Oh no. All right. I can't think of a better ending line than that. It was a close 0-2. Lex is dead. This has been a podcast about politics that we pulled out of our asses. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've been MetalMusicMan.
I've been Professor Lex.
And we will catch you guys next time.